Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we're just going to move ourselves through a rather tabletop-centric flow. Just getting a bit of heat into the body and kind of testing out the ways that our body can move through some spaces. So, to start off, meet me at the back of your mat. Sitting on your ankles, toes uncurled, starting off in Vajrasana Thunderbolt pose. Palms of the hands resting on the legs, lengthened down to the ground, or even at heart center for that more meditative mudra. And all the while taking stock of your breath. How does the air feel? Inhaling through your nose. Qualify the sensation that the body is carrying the air within, what it brings out of you as you exhale through the nose, sigh or yawn through the mouth. Observing any stiff points in the body. Maybe your breath is helping you to drain out that tension in some degree. Every inhale absorbing the sensations of this earth as you bring them into your being. And every exhale bundling up the stiffness, the tiredness, the grogginess, and releasing it with a forceful push through the mouth. Great place to think about what you'd like to move through this practice. Again, a little tabletop centric, so mostly going to have some focus on the wrists, a little bit of the core, and a couple of shoulder-based twists. So all of that said, whatever feels fitting for your space, as we offer just another 5 more breaths to ground. And then as that next inhale arrives, intention planted in the head, body shifts forward just for the shoulders to go over the wrists. And then exhale, tapping the tops of your feet right behind you, giving your ankles some relief. Waking up the hip flexors a little more. Take a breath in as you widen your knees to your outer edges of the mat. And then big toes touching, exhale, shift the hips back to your ankles, chest peels down, Balasana, child's pose. Nice place just to move the body around in some non-specific ways. Twisting the torso ever so slightly, until the chest feels good, peeling down. Be here for another 5 breaths, so just connecting to all of those moments in the body that are being known to you. Nice work. As that next inhale arrives from your space of silence, the hands walk back, peeling the chest up. And then exhale, body shifts forward, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. From here, building onto some needle threading, take a breath in, right hand reaches up, left palm anchored down, and then exhale. Right arm threads under the left as you extend it out forward. So from here, your left arm can stay where it is. You can bind it behind the back if that feels better too. And then for just a little added heat, you're also welcome to lengthen that right leg behind you. Toes find the mat. Again, might give you a nice little stretch in that back leg. All while the left hip stays on top of that left leg or left knee. Take another 5 breaths. And then if you stretched out that right leg, bring the knee back under the hip. If the left arm is out in front, bring that palm back toward the face. Just to inhale, press into that left palm, unthread the right arm back up. And then exhale, resting your right hand on the ground back in tabletop. From here, adding a little bit of flossing just to wake up the spine some more. Breathe in, abdomen peels down, tail and crown reach up. And then exhale, just hollowing in your heart center, getting a nice curve in your spine. Take another 3 more of these flosses, breathing in and breathing out. Come back to your intention as you're moving through these last 2 flosses. If you ever feel like things around you are a little unpredictable, a little untethered to the ground, this kind of a flow can be nice to reconnect you to your earthen feelings and even spark a little fire of change in the core. Nice. So, from here, breathing in, we'll lift that right leg back up, flexing into the heel. And then option to stay in this 3-pronged table or firebird pose, left hand lifts up. Again, give that moment just to ensure you've got the right wrist under the right shoulder, just for that support. Taking 3 breaths here. Nice job. Breathing in, left palm plants back down on the ground. And then a little bit of a low lunge. Exhale, stepper, fan the right foot to the right thumb. Chest rises up. Pushing down and forward gently into that left hip. While you're pushing back softly with the right. Always welcome to gather up your blanket and have the blanket under the knees. That left knee specifically might benefit from here. And you're also welcome even to have your blocks for your hands, just in case the lunge is a little teeter-tottery today. Take another couple breaths here, really planted in that right foot. Nice. Option, breathing in, arms reach up toward the sky, take your gaze with you, and then exhale, elbows bend as the back releases behind you, a smidge cactus shape. Think about lifting through your abdomen to keep that sturdiness in your lunge. Take another 3 breaths here. Another breath in. Arms reach up as the back straightens back with the spine. And then bringing your left hand down to the ground or a block. Exhale, curl those left toes. Press into the toes. Lift that left leg off the mat. Release the left heel specifically. Just getting into a fire breathing lunge. Really feeling the left calf lengthen behind you as you breathe in here. And then option, just looking over your right shoulder, giving yourself a little bit of a twist. Good work, 2 more breaths. Just trusting where your eyes go. Feeling that heat build up in the abdomen, the fire surging through, but a controlled fire nonetheless. Nice job. From here, inhale, undo the twist in your collar and torso back to center, and then gently uncurling your left toes, dropping that left knee down. You're just bringing the hands to the ground and slide that right leg back. From here, inhale, toes curl on the mat behind you. And then exhale, walk the hands back toward your curled feet. Toe stretch. Great place to shake the body out a bit. Drink some water. That's your series of postures connected together today. Gonna add in a little bit of heat in between in the form of a vinyasa flow. Again, just to encourage that even fire spreading through you. One more breath here. Nice. Now breathing in. After you've had some water, walk the hands back to a tabletop. And then exhale, uncurl the toes, tap the feet on your mat. Just giving yourself a little relief for your plantar fascia. As mentioned, we'll use a vinyasa flow in between just to add a little bit of heat. So, connect to that tapas, that fire, that agni. As you breathe in, hands walk forward, shoulders on top. And then lengthening your legs with your toes on the mat. Exhale, elbows bend, abs engage to the earth. Peel in as you inhale, chest rises, palms on the ground. And then keeping those toes curled on the mat, exhale, raise the hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Think about reaching down through the heels of your feet, as ever they don't have to touch the ground. But even that active reaching downward can give your legs a really good stretch here. Arms are slightly rotated internally with the palms planted on the ground. Long limbs reaching to the earth for 2 more breaths. Just a little body circle here. You're gonna inhale, come up to the tips of your toes, shifting forward ever slightly, this half down dog essentially. And then exhale, dropping down to the knees. Hands walk back, under your shoulders, tabletop. Continuing that flow, breathe in. Now it's the left arm's turn for your thread the needle. And then exhale, left arm threads under the right, as the right arm reaches forward or binds behind your back. Just like the other side, you are welcome to stay as you are. You can also extend that left leg back behind you. This might get a little deeper into your left shoulder. As you breathe, think about keeping the hips as square as the body's comfortable doing. Think about breathing deeply through your nose, in and out. and welcoming any open mouth sighs to release any tension. Three more breaths here. Nice work. So if you extended that left leg behind, inhale, left knee back to the mat. And then if you bound or extended the right arm, exhale, right arm right by the face. Just to breathe in, press into that right palm, unthread the left arm back up. And then exhale, palms planted underneath the shoulders, another tabletop. From here, 4 more flosses in the spine. Breathe in, abdomen heels down, tailbone rises. And then exhale, hollowing in your heart center, like you're dragging your hands toward your knees. 3 more cat-cows for you. Nice job. 1 more. Good. So returning back to your tabletop. Inhale. Now the left leg will come off the ground. 3-prong table, flexing into the left heel. And then optional Firebird. Exhale, right palm lifts up. Fingertips reaching forward. Think about keeping the crown of your head pointing toward the screen, the center of your space, just to maintain that tabletop back for 2 more breaths. Nice work. Breathing in, you're gonna bring that right hand back down if you lifted it up for Firebird pose. And then exhale, stepper, fan the left foot forward. You've got your left foot planted, right knee anchored, reaching up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And coming back to that focus for your practice today. Whatever season you may have found this particular practice, fire kindling is always worth cultivating at any time of the year. Whether in this instance we're leaning into the gradual frosting of the world, at least in our hemisphere, or whether that you're wanting to build even more fire if this practice finds you in the throngs of summer. Take another breath here. Option now for that cactus. Inhale, arms reach up once more. And then exhale, elbows bend, back bends, heart opens, cactus shape. Breathe. Remembering that lift in your core. Throughout all of these movements, there's a presence of mindful flames. There's a presence of that active engagement in your heart, in your solar plexus. Where are you channeling this glowing and growing ember? 2 more breaths. Breathing in, arms reach up and then hinge forward slightly. Great place to grab your block if you used it on the other side. But exhale, curling your right toes on the mat, pressing into those right toes to lift the heel up. Fire breathing lunge. Again, just finding that nice depth. It's a bit of a balance between reaching that right heel down toward the earth while keeping the arch in your right foot sturdy and stable. Optional torso and collar twist as you breathe in. And then breathe out, looking over your left shoulder. We'll take 5 breaths here. Great work. One more breath. And then if you took that collar twist, inhale back to center, fire breathing lunge. As you exhale, bending that right knee as you uncurl the toes. Block can come out as you gently send that right knee and left knee to meet in tabletop. Take one more breath in here, keeping your toes uncurled. And then exhale, reaching, walking back with the hands. Right back where you started, Vajrasana Thunderbolt. Great place to drink some water, shake the wrists out a little bit. Also, in truth, a nice place to add in one more vinyasa flow if you liked that heat of a vinyasa for your practice. As we're just about at that time to culminate your journey today. For now, though, come back to your purpose, your intention. What is that focus that brought you to roll out your mat and practice alongside me at this time of day? So as that rebound has served you, we'll breathe in, slide forward to a tabletop, and then exhale, tap the feet on the mat one last time, just to give some gratitude for all the movements you took today. From here, making some space on your mat, you're just choosing a hip left or right to sit back on. Words are fun sometimes. Swinging the legs through your center. It's all just to make some space on your mat. Maybe even grab your blanket along the way just to drape over your chest. As you peel back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Take some time and lengthen the legs out. You've got your ankles possibly at each edge of your mat. Shoulders relaxed. Just giving yourself this moment here on the spine to collect and reflect. Notice that fire, that Agni, that force of flame you've been moving alongside today. Even a small tabletop flow with a lunge like that can certainly give the body some things to collect and reflect on. But all the while, remember your breath, honor your heartbeat, leave behind any tension, any stiffness, any of those discomforts, and self-saboteuristic elements that you might have felt. And with that, enjoy your Savasana. Thank you for everything that you do on and off of your mat. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. has come to begin gradually guiding yourself back to this plane. Give yourself some time in between the feeling of your Savasana, its lingering last moments, and the feeling of mindfully connecting to a form of breath. Every inhale you take draws in cosmic universe fire, the same fire that stokes your inner Agni, your inner flames. And with that cosmic warmth radiating from all over, exhale through the nose, sigh or yawn through the mouth. The flames fan throughout your system, and you shine all the brighter for it. With each breath, you become more aware of yourself taking up space on a mat. With every breath you take, the flames you've gathered today draw themselves to your fingertips and toes, wiggling them softly, which might then build to circles at the wrists and ankles, tipping the neck side to side once or twice. But ultimately, your return is entirely that, your return. So what movements do you offer your body to honor and strengthen your tether to this corporeal plane? And when you feel like you have sufficiently brought yourself back, you're welcome to end your practice in that conjured Savasana shape, just as you're welcome to gather in a seat of your choosing somewhere on your mat. How you arrive there is entirely your choice, just as the way in which you settle is entirely your choice. Sit bones anchored to the ground, shoulder blades framing the spine as you breathe in, and then breathe out. Eventually, welcome a ceiling shape, resonated through the arms, legs, and eyes, and come back one more time to your personal intention. As ever, an intention for a practice is something created by you. What is it that you want to spend time with on your mat today? For today's purposes, it's framed under the perspective and alongside the perspective of building and bolstering the fire within you. A fire that is both ancient and futuristic. A fire of possibility, much like the torch bearing that Prometheus did, walking along Mount Olympus. In that way, always remember that you are connected to a legendary self within, a self capable of so much change and so much power. You need only focus on it. So with that said, it has been my humble, happy honor to have shared this space with you today as you've shared it with me. May you always live your life in your authentic way, bringing your shine and radiance to this beautiful planet we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous, burning heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. And with that, I thank you so much for making time for yourself today. Whenever this practice has come your way, I hope that its flames have helped bolster the fire within you for whatever day is ahead. May you always seek out the purposes in life that fit you and honor your authentic self. And until we meet each other on our mats again, namaste.